Hey guys, welcome to this third episode of the Line Art Podcast. It's been a while since the last one, but I finally got to reconnect with another one of my friends, Bee Bonelli. She is an artist who's into character design, comics, and animation. She's traveled around the world working in quite a few different animation studios in places like London, France, Canada, and Spain. She's had a lot of varied experiences being a foreigner and whatnot, getting used to every different studio and every different culture. We got to talk about those experiences and how she was able to deal with them, and also about her art and the comics that she's working on right now. So, how's it going, Bee?
Oh, it's going. I mean, honestly, I'm just here chilling in London, waiting to go back home due to the virus, but it's fine. I'm working on my art, so that's good. I mean, that's what I'm doing.
So, yeah. How long have you been there again?
In London, not too long, like 3 months. The contract was supposed to be 6 months, but
Cut short.
this happened.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you
but
were
I mean,
working-
honestly, I got even lucky. Yeah, I was working for a company here. It was like a bingo company, and I was supposed just to work on the balls, the bouncy balls around and stuff like that. But yeah, and then with a lot of side jobs, but probably got canceled for now. So I don't know. And now it's on. Yeah. They're just. It was a project that it was supposed to be finished and online, but I don't know. For now, they said that the client canceled it. So all our job, all our work, it's gone. It's okay. I got money and I got experience. I met so many cool people, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the animation life. But at least we
I
have
know.
like the opportunity to still work remotely. Because there are a lot of people now that
Yeah,
are
yeah,
really screwed because they can't.
yeah, that's true. The issue is just that the companies now are just trying to keep their people around, and if they need new people, they're just gonna find remotely. Because I mean, what else can you do? You just need all
Yeah.
the programs, which is okay. If you have the programs on a computer, you can manage.
True. So bringing it all the way back. So like you've traveled a lot for animation jobs, and
Yeah.
it's something that I know already. But you've been to how many countries in total?
Too many. I was born in San Marino, and then I moved to Italy, then I moved to New York, then to San Francisco. So this is the US, then to Vancouver, then Halifax, so Canada, and then Annecy, and then finally London. Annecy is in France, and London, of course, in the UK. So yeah, 4 countries, 5 compared like with Italy. Yeah, I
It's
guess.
a lot of moving,
Yes, a
and
lot of moving. Yeah,
a lot of culture change every time as well.
yes, yes. I mean, honestly, mostly it was like going from Europe, then going to America in general, and then coming back. That was the culture shock because I lived for years in America, and then coming back to Europe was like shocking. Even because I didn't come back to Italy, I came back to France, so it was even more like it was hard. But I mean, it's a lot of life experience that you will tell to people, to your grandkids, who knows. It's a lot of cool shit to talk about. The cool things to talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of stories that I remember.
Yeah.
Good stuff to listen to.
Yeah, many companies, many people. I met great people. Also, not many great people, but mostly great people. So it's good.
And all that traveling was always for animation / art, right?
Yeah. No, I never did it for something else. Even though now, with the situation, I'm actually thinking that it's time for me to stop which I think is good, and try
Yeah.
to put myself out in the web and just work online and do stuff online, because keep moving, like if you keep moving around, you will never have a stable life, which is cool when you're young, but when you grow old, you want to have your own space. Also, because all my money are always gone in the traveling, in the renting, and everything. And I opened 30,000 bank accounts, so many documents. So I'm kind of done with it. So I want to try to work online and freelance life. We'll see with that. I'm working freelancer. It's been a while. It's been since October 2019. I mean, it's not a while, but if you look at the old picture, it's a while. And yeah,
Yeah.
while I was working here, I was also working for this company in Mexico. So at least I always had that as a backup.
And that's like the same type of job, right? As
Yeah,
working in the studio, just remotely.
yeah, it's remotely. Plus, this one was like the one in Mexico was Toon Boom Harmony, so animation for a 2D show, while here was mostly Spine and Flash. Well, Adobe
Hmm.
Animate now.
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
preference between Harmony and Flash?
Oh, yeah, Harmony all the way forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that I started with that, and I think when you go from Toon Boom Harmony to Flash Animate, you just go backwards in a way. It looks way more complicated than what it is. And when you have so many easy cuts in Harmony, but you need to know the program very well. Animate is good if you don't have a budget. Like if you have a really limited budget, yeah, you need Animate.
Yeah.
If you can pay, Harmony is better.
I think Harmony is like the better version of Flash, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's just I don't know. I feel like you can
yeah.
do
I
more.
call Flash the ugly sister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
all
kind
about.
of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just found a crack for all of the Adobe programs, like all of them,
Oh,
from one guy.
nice.
So I feel pretty rich.
Yes, when you have all of them in your hands. Yeah,
Yes.
I know. My problem when you work freelance and all that you get money, you have to pay for it. So I'm paying only for Photoshop and Animate. I'm not paying for the entire package because like
Right.
they check. Yeah, they check if you're paying and everything.
Oh. Okay.
I'm paying. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, only if you work
That's
freelancing
funny.
with these kind of programs. Yeah. Also because if you work for a company, they pay you usually like some amount of money to pay your own license and stuff if they don't offer your license.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cause I tried to work remotely at the beginning of the lockdown, and so I had to
Yeah.
tell my boss like, oh, before you install Toon Boom on my laptop, I have a cracked version of Toon Boom and a cracked version of all this stuff, so I don't know if it's gonna work. And
Yeah.
they didn't say anything about it. They just ignored it, and then
Okay, let's go for
needless to
it.
say, yeah,
Yeah. That's good. That's good. It depends on the company. Honestly, if it works for you, good. If it works for them. But I mean, Animate is 20 euros a month, so it's okay. If you have an income, it's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I,
When you're poor, is not. Which is me now. But it's fine.
it's all of us, I think.
Yes,
In the
it's
beginning,
true. You too, guys. In the beginning, yeah, in the beginning, we just have to adapt, and mostly the company has to adapt. But we will all make it. We just have to have faith.
yeah. So, do you have any like favorite country that you've worked in? Because you've been to like a bunch of different studios now, so
Yeah.
different language, different cultures, you know, but it's the
Yes.
same industry.
Yeah. I mean, best studio was in France. Like that was my favorite. But best
Ooh.
country, yes, it was with you. But best country was Canada, which is still you in a way. So woohoo!
Maybe. Speaking of Canada,
Yeah.
story time, because I remember you told me that, well, it's just a small, tiny story, but you had
Hmm.
the opportunity to meet the one, the only, the legend, Glenn Keane.
Yes, it
That was
was not
in.
in Canada. It was in New York.
Oh. Oh, okay. Messed that up.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I went. It was awesome. It was in the beginning. beginning of my journey, actually. I was still going in school, and he just came to New York to have a workshop, and we were like, okay, we're gonna just pay for the ticket and go to this workshop. Let's do that. And it was awesome. He's such a nice person, and he's so open-minded. He doesn't judge anybody. I love him. Like, I think Glenn Kane is one of those mentors that really inspire you, not the one that make you feel like, okay, I'm kind of shit and this guy's awesome. No, he makes you feel like you are the shit. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good. And I actually talked to him. I was the lucky one talking to him. So because I don't know, it's like you could have choose to take a picture with him or ask a question to him. And I chose to ask a question, of course. I mean, what the hell?
More
I don't care
valuable.
about
Yeah.
exactly. I don't care about a picture.
The
And
clout.
exactly, just for some likes. So yeah, I'm just gonna. I mean, if you're that kind of person, which I'm not that extroverted, you will be like, okay, can I take a selfie at the end? But I'm not. I'm not. I'm shy, mostly if I'm in front of Glen Keane. So
Hmm.
yeah, and I asked him a question. It was so nice, and then he said, okay, I gotta go, and I'm like, I was lucky.
Yeah. Didn't you ask him like what to do when you run out of ideas or something
Hmm.
along those
Yeah.
lines?
Yeah, I told him that he has his own style, but maybe sometimes he runs out of ideas to make the new character or the new story a little bit different from the other, some more, spicy touches and stuff. So, do you ever run out of ideas? And he said, yes, I do. And then I said, what do you do when you run out of these ideas or even the will of working or doing something? And he said to take a walk and to go to the library and look at other artists, even artists that don't do animation, like just artists in
Hmm.
general, art, or even photos of animals, nature, and find inspiration in those things. Find inspiration in stuff that you like. And of course, like, don't find inspiration in a chicken McNugget and fries. I mean, yes, if you feel that bad, you can eat a little bit of that. But if you need inspiration, just go out and try to find. Now we cannot go out. Go on the internet and try to find some inspiration in there, but with an open mind, without being frustrated. If you're frustrated, just do not stop for a little to do whatever you're
Yeah.
doing. That's what he said. Yeah, because
It's funny because
frustration is not good.
it's such a simple piece of advice, but I think we probably forget that as we go on because like
Yeah,
personally I've been doing that recently as well, just thinking more about how to get inspiration from other things. And I've just been
yeah,
doing that, like just watch stuff, whatever, read stuff, go out for walks.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's such a little thing, but sometimes I don't know, maybe you get frustrated or you also get depressed because you look at other people's stuff and your stuff is kind of in a plateau. You don't improve or you don't see not even a little tiny bit of improvement. So you feel like, oh, I always draw the same things. But the best thing to draw new things is to discover new things. So that's, I think,
Yeah,
the key. It's such a small advice, but really, really useful.
you got to fuel the fire. So,
Yeah.
what kind of stuff influences you specifically?
Yes.
Do you have any
Yes.
stuff that's inspired you, like any artists or anything like that?
Oh, me? Many. Yeah. It varies. Like, it depends on my age. When I was young, I was inspired by Lilo and Stitch and Chris Sanders' work. I loved it when I
Mm.
was young. And then, of course, Glen Keane, because I mean, it's Glen Keane, and I met him, so duh, was more inspirational than that. And then at school, I loved many of my classmates inspired me a lot. And well, and now I'm inspired by anime, like, which is usually what happens. But like, usually it happens then when you're young, you're inspired by anime. But right now, I'm inspired by the creator of Full Metal Alchemist and Beastar and Berserk. I don't know. I think
Right.
they're really cool people. Even though Berserk Kentaro Miura is kind of lazy, but it's fine. We just ignore that for now.
But the shows are good.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm. That's what I'm doing for now. Just watching stuff that I like And these are the people I actually like.
Same here. Just watching a lot of anime, getting a lot of
Yeah,
animation
anime.
inspiration.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I gotta say that I'm not into the animation. Like, I'm more now in the storytelling part. Like, I don't want to do animation as much as before. I
Hmm.
wanna anime. Like, I would like to have my own stories, like just storyboard and comics or character design. And this is the area in which I would like to work on. So I'm doing animation to get, the cash. I need to work, but it was never my inspiration to be like a famous animator, a great animator. I never really cared too much. So yeah, that's for now. I would like if I really have to choose, I would like to be a comic artist, open my own comic, but it's gonna take a while since I'm still working on it. It's so much work when you do it alone. If you have assistants, it's doable, but by yourself, it's insanely hard.
Yeah, you have to kind of have to promote. I feel like nowadays, if you want to do comics, you have to promote it online or like through webtoons or whatever.
Yeah,
Build a
yeah,
gigantic
exactly.
audience, and then do a Kickstarter and get $1 million, and then you're good. Otherwise,
Yeah, it's
super
true.
hard.
No. Yeah, otherwise it's impossible. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna do a comic, and then you post it, you don't get any recognition. Maybe, some fans, which is good, but you need to eat and pay bills. So that's the main
Yeah,
issue. Like, if it was for me, I will always draw and do stuff. I like to do my designs and stuff like that, but you don't eat with them. At least not on my level, which is not that high.
yeah. It's the same. Yeah, I agree with the making money thing with the animation job. But
Yeah.
so, was it like the same type of shows in every country that you worked in? Generally the
Yeah.
same? Because
Well, they were not
I know
really
for
the same.
I mean, I know for France, like most of the shows now are all puppet animated in Kingdom Harmony or Flash, but I don't really
Oh,
know
yeah.
other countries how
No,
much they do
yeah.
that.
They were all puppet animated, except maybe here when I was working on the balls and bingo. Yeah, they were not really puppets since they were balls. Like, but yeah,
Right? Yeah.
I just had to squash and stretch them. But yeah, then we were going to work with characters, but that never happened. Unfortunately, that never happened.
Hmm. So what about that thing where I think you moved to Spain and then once
Oh
you
my
arrived,
God.
they canceled the
Yeah.
show. How
Yeah,
did that go?
I, oh my gosh. So the Spain thing, I'm not gonna say, of course, the company or anything, but I went to Tenerife to work on a production, and it was November when I moved there. Thing is that before getting the final, okay, you're gonna move, you have the job, we want you, yeah, it took them so long. I had my first interview in June. Then I did the test in July. I was accepted from the test. They're like, "Oh my God, we loved it. Cool, 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 amazing, yay!" Then I got other three interviews with different people many times talking about, I don't know, finances, type of animation, and I was going to work on one production. But then when I arrived to Tenerife the day, they said, "Oh, you were going to work on another production," and I'm like, "Okay, but this production is gone, and even the other one is gone," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" So yeah, in October they told me, "Okay, November 7, come here, come in Tenerife, this address, we're gonna start, yay." So when I arrived there, they said, "Oh no, I'm so sorry, it's over." And I mean, it was really, I was mad, but I kind of expected it because, and this is an experience I got and I learned a lot from it. If a company is not straight, like if they take forever to hire you, just go and look for something else. Even though the price looks amazing, like I love the place, the money were really good, and the people was really nice. So that's why I always wanted to go to work with them, even though I got other offers. But yeah, if a company does it, like they should have like a month and then hire you, and that's it. Like a month is a limit. More than that, they're just, something is not okay. They may be disorganized or the production is not final, and you don't want to be hired or accepted for production that is not 100% sure that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that must have been very stressful to deal with afterwards.
Really,
Did you
yeah,
have to?
mostly because, yeah, I was there. I was there and I found also a place to stay. Thankfully, I didn't pay the deposit yet. I was in an Airbnb because before paying the deposit, I wanted to go to the company. And yeah, but it was really also because I was really happy. Like I love the place. I loved my roommates already. They were really nice with me. The co-workers were actually like whatever I met was not mean people, but they were just really disorganized. And even now they're asking for people to come because they're hiring. But I'm like, there is a pandemic going on, so nobody's gonna come to Tenerife, mostly to be told that the production is not gonna happen. They didn't even know if the client was Korean or Chinese. So yeah, that was the situation. Really bad. I'm really sad,
Right.
but that was one thing that happened. It was really sad. Yeah.
Yeah, when I came to France for the first time,
Uh,
I also went into Airbnb because I wasn't totally sure, even though I got the confirmation email. You can't be completely sure that they're 100% going to hire you just based off of a message that they send to you. But
yeah.
at the same time, I
Yeah.
think it's cool that you can just apply to wherever you want just by sending your stuff online, and
I
that's
agree.
super nice.
Yes. Yeah, you can go wherever you want, honestly. Like you can apply, okay, I want to move to Taiwan. Start applying to Taiwan. There are jobs there,
Yep.
example. So, oh yeah, I said Taiwan. Wow, random. Just
Oh, what a
chose that
coincidence.
country. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Move to
But yeah,
Taiwan and get a
so
job.
exactly. I was thinking any country randomly and voila, Taiwan, of course, talking to you.
Yeah, my brother was just talking about that today. About
Oh,
maybe, for orchestra jobs,
mm-hmm.
you can apply everywhere and you just kind of go wherever you get hired.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you really you can travel the world. I traveled the world by following my job. Even though then it depends on your age and what you want from life. So I am in that time. I mean, I'm not old. I'm 25, but I wanna have a stability, quote unquote, in a way. Like I want to travel for a vacation and see the world. I don't want to travel for a job and be frustrated and angry and going to Spain and then seeing the city and everything but being angry and looking for the job and not enjoying the place. Yeah, it was not the
Mm,
best. Or going to France, but going to work is completely different. And I
yeah.
would like to have like my stable area. Like I want to buy a huge Cintiq and work with that. So I need an apartment, my apartment, to stay with my huge Cintiq, and not that next year I'm gonna move and I have to sell my Cintiq. No, doesn't. I don't want that to happen. So yeah, it depends what you want and the time of your life. So this is my time in which I'm like, okay, I moved like 10 times in my life. I think it's enough. It's time for you to
Yeah.
choose a place and settle for a while, at least. At least three
Yeah,
years. Come on,
definitely.
B.
Definitely agree. Unfortunately, it's hard to
Yeah.
find like long-term projects in the animation industry.
Yeah.
So,
It's almost impossible. Only if like you love the company and they love you, they maybe will keep you. But you never know for how long they will keep you, even how long they will have the project. Then you have to move again. So that's why I
right.
think working freelancing is the best of the ideas, even though it's tough because you have to make a name for yourself and stuff. So
Mm,
yeah, like you need the companies to know that you're available, that you're there, that you're a good animator, and then yeah, you can work from home. But I mean, it will take you a while. Thanks God I have savings, even though I trashed most of them in London. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't want to think
what?
about that. Yeah,
Okay.
it's so expensive. The UK are really expensive. No, it's not bad. I mean, I saved to live here, but I thought I was going to have an income. I didn't have an income, so most of my savings are just like whoop, gone because
Mm,
I didn't have anything to pay the rent with except my savings. So it's good. I still have money, but it's just like, that's the problem when you travel. You have to. You have to have those backup money because you will always need them. Most if you move to the UK, for God's sake, here is expensive.
Yeah. I don't have
Hmm.
any. I have very little savings, personally.
No, yeah,
But it's hard to save when
no,
we're at the beginning of the career, so we don't make too much in the beginning.
yeah.
But yeah, slowly
Yeah,
saving up.
no, I know, I get it. I mean, I've been in that moment in which you're eating once a day. I've been there. Like, okay, I'm saving
Mm.
money. I'm gonna eat once a day, rice, potatoes, and one piece of chicken. That's great. Like, I don't want anybody to be at that point. Nobody should be that stupid and crazy like me. But yeah, I saved it because when I was in Annecy, actually, I lived in a really cheap place, and that was the only a really shitty but cheap place. But that because I knew it was going to be a limited time, so I just sucked it up and lived there, and that's why I saved so much money. But that's
Yeah.
it. Then I just lost it because yeah, I traveled and I decided to
Yeah,
live in
that
better
was.
places.
Yeah, that's definitely enough. Like after a certain point, you have to consider your own health and mental well-being,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, there is a moment I think in which you have to sit down, look at yourself, and say, what do I want? Like, do you want to be the next Walt Disney? No. Okay. Do you want to animate at Disney Studios? No. Do you want to do that? No. Okay. What do you want? So you have to sit down and say, okay, so what do you really want is having an apartment, being stable, and work on your stuff and work freelancing and have a dog. So you don't need to spend all your savings for that, okay? You just need to build your line following, which I started doing 3 days ago because I decided all of this 3 days ago when I actually realized that this quarantine COVID-19 situation, we don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm like, okay, we have to adapt. So adapt your ass and go and work. So that's what
Yeah,
I did.
a lot of people are doing that now. They're going, well, because like their businesses are literally failing, so they have to focus on
Yeah,
basically on social media and online stuff because there's no other way for them to
yeah,
deal with the situation right now. Plus, there's nothing else to do, so why
yeah,
not
exactly.
try to build an audience,
Yeah,
depending on whatever field you're in, but especially for artists.
yes, especially, yeah. And right now, I think right now is the best moment because everyone is online. So you have to play with
Mm.
that. Everyone is online now.
Yeah.
So you gotta have it. Like this is the moment in which people will probably look at your shit. So you gotta post it.
So you've been active on Instagram.
Well, yeah,
Sorry,
I
that's
it's been this week is when I reset. I sat down and I looked at my Instagram. I'm like, okay, 100 followers will not cut it. So B, it's time for you to work on stuff. And yeah, I gained 20 followers, something like that, which is okay. And slowly but steadily, it's growing, but it's been a while. See, I didn't even open my art account. It's been a while that I didn't open my art account. Then I'm like, okay, maybe you should open it. I don't know, B. What do you think? So,
I
yeah,
think
and I'm working
yes.
on my comic, and the most likely is gonna be yes. It's a short story. I decided to not do my main comic right now because I want to post stuff and I want to see if I can be accountable for all of this. So I'm testing myself. I finished inking it today. So 47 drawings are finished to being today. So that's good. And I think I'm going to be done coloring next week. So I'm going to be ready to post the first chapter next week. It's a really sappy kid story, but this is the story for me to see, okay, B, you're cut for this.
Mm.
Because having like a routine and being work on stuff is not easy. Like when you're by yourself, forcing yourself to work and actually end up doing the thing is not easy. So you need to see if you're accountable.
Yeah, it's a good way to motivate yourself and kind of force yourself to finish a project because it's easy to start a
Exactly. So
bunch
if I
of
can do
stuff
these
but
five chapters, exactly. I'm
never
like,
finish
I
it.
want to work on a comic that it's gigantic. If I cannot even do a five chapters comic, which is like I'm gonna post the five chapters next week if I'm if I can manage to color everything. If I cannot post 5 chapters in 2 months, 3 months, how can I think about doing a bigger project? So that's why I started.
Yeah, do you know Jake Parker, the artist who created Inktober?
Yeah, I know him.
I think he was talking about that recently, where he was explaining that it's better to start with small stuff, one small project, and then every
Yeah,
time
yeah,
you
I
make it
know.
a little
I
bigger
don't
and a
know
little
what he
bigger.
said, but I know him.
Yeah, I think there's a delay
Mm-hmm.
with what I'm saying, but yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
no,
he was talking about when you work
yeah,
on
the
your own projects,
creator
it's
of.
good.
Hmm?
When you work on your own projects, it's good to start with something small, and then every time you finish one, you make it a little bigger and then a little bigger. Because if you go like all in into one giant project right in the beginning, you just
Yeah,
go like way over your head and you can't finish it because it's just too much to handle.
yeah, yeah. I completely agree. That's why I did that. Yeah, I didn't know. I maybe you told me before, I forgot. But I that's so true. That's exactly what it is. Like that's exactly why you should start with smaller projects because I'm sure you don't have just one story to tell. I'm sure.
Mm.
So if you can manage to do a small one, then you're like, okay, then maybe I can do a slightly bigger one. Like I don't have a gigantic story to tell yet. I have a small one, a slightly bigger one, a medium one, and then the gigantic is gonna come. I'm not ready for the gigantic 3,000 chapters thing, but I'm ready for 5 chapters, for 10 chapters, something like that. I can manage. So this is 5 chapters. We're gonna make it, and they're really easy drawings too. This is like for kids, really easy. But if I'm not able to do this, I'm not able to do anything else. So, and
Yeah.
I don't want to admit that. That's why I'm gonna do it. I don't want to end up in and say, okay, I'm not able to do a 5 chapter story for kids with really easy drawings. Yeah, I don't want to admit that to myself, so that's not gonna happen.
I think it'll be good because your storytelling in your other comics is pretty nice. It's like I can see that it's related to your real life, the ones about the relationships and
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
like those really short comics, but
yeah.
you get the idea across, so I think it works well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're really tiny comics that I do when I cannot sleep, usually. I have
Mm.
many, but then I'm just like, some of them, I like to talk about my real life, but some of them, they just go too far, and I don't want to people know who these people are because most of my friends follow me. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to not post them or see or wait a little bit. Some of them are funny, some of them show like sides of me that is better than people don't know. So I just keep them for myself. But some of them I post them. They're funny. Thank you.
Yeah. Something I've been thinking about recently is like I feel like I don't have any life to put in to the art, but then I realized that like one way to make it work is to just put my personal experiences in there a little
No.
bit and then blow it like super exaggerated, and that sort of makes the story work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, honestly, you have many things. You also have your Instagram with your brother that I follow, which you play video games together.
Yeah, I don't know how you. Well, I guess it's being recommended to people
Yeah.
because I was surprised to see that some people I know are following it, even though it's not really our intention right now. But whatever.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun, but it's still something. You can have stories out of that. I mean, I have tiny stories with everyone, like, tiny sketches and comics that I make out of real, like, daily life thing. The last one I did
Mm.
was with the hand, and there was a guy I was hanging out with, and he wanted to caress me, and he just like, and I just moved away because I said, "Go wash your hands." Like, don't caress me with your naked hand with this corona going on. So yeah. And it was just fun, and I'm like, okay. But I have the ideas, many things that happen in my real life that I would like to tell, but I don't know. It's really tough to do tiny, small comics and send the message across by them.
Mm.
It's not really
Yeah.
easy. Like in real life, stuff happens and you start laughing, like, oh my God, this is a great idea for a comic. Then you write it down and you have to storyboard it. And it's like, damn, it's hard to make it funny on a comic.
Yeah, that's like the main thing about storyboarding. That's kind of the basis of all animation. Like,
Yeah.
you have to get the idea in the most simple, most effective way possible. But sometimes if it's too simple,
Yes.
it's kind of
Yes.
not as good. It's kind of annoying if it's too obvious, you know? They just blast it in your face.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, like if it's too obvious and if it's not, like sometimes some pages, like if you do 5 pages instead of three to send a message, it will not send it in the same way sometimes. So, or five different shots instead of three. Sometimes you need the shorter story to send the same exact message and will be more impactful, more cool than 5 shots, for example. It's really hard. I started to learn that by actually doing these tiny comics or doing my comic, even though my comic is really poetic and romantic in a way, because again, I wanted to do an easy thing. And even though it was easy in my head, it was not really easy to put it on paper.
Yeah, it's hard to translate it. Um, there's so many things blocking it, like skill level, of course, in drawing, and then also like you just want to get what's in your head
Yeah.
to the other person, but it's hard. It
Oh, yeah.
takes a
The
lot of
mess in your
practice.
head. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Or so many cool scenes that you have in your head, like travel, like when you jump from a building and then rotates and do this and that. I want to do that, yeah. And then you sit down, you're like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Everything is perfect in my head. Which shots, angle, perspective, what's more cool and sends the exact idea. Like how the audience can see exactly what I have in my head. It's really difficult.
Yeah, when I get to that point, I do what Glenn Keane said, and I find reference and inspiration from other things, and that usually
Yes.
solves the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how other people did it, and not copy, but
Yes.
get the idea of how you
Yes.
can also do a similar thing.
Oh, yeah. Inspiration. Plus, I mean, copying is such a typical thing of artists. Not copying like tracing, but copying because you take a little bit of every artist. Like you like these different artists, these 3 different artists, and you create a character. If you really like them, for sure, some part of their design, colors, I don't know, camera angles, you put it in your own work because that's how it is. Like real artists steal. I don't know who said it. I think it was Picasso.
Picasso, the genius. Do you like his art?
Okay, okay, no, I don't like his art, but I respect him as an artist. It was important at his own time. I'm not in love with his art. I liked his sketches, which was like anatomical, and you will see that he knows how to draw. Like he knew his shit. But I don't like him as an artist. It doesn't really give me that much powerful impact when I look at his stuff. I prefer other, like Dali. I prefer Dali, for example.
Now we're getting
Yeah. Or I
controversial.
prefer my Italians. No, just kidding. Like honestly.
Like seeing his
Really? No.
I don't know. Sometimes I see his one line drawings, and I think,
Hmm.
oh, I can do that. And then I look at the artist who did it, and it says Picasso,
Yeah, but
and it's like, oh,
yeah, no. No, I'm sorry. I mean, I think it's because again, if you have a good like if your name and you have a name and you're popular, you can also shit in a can exactly like an artist did and sell it as art. So it's all about the name.
hmm.
So I mean, it's controversial. Some people are so into art and stuff and they find whatever meaning in things. But I have a honest opinion about how what art is. Art is effort too. It cannot be shitting in a can. I'm sorry, or throwing some color on a canvas. No, No, it doesn't really work like that in my head because you put feelings and struggle and sweat and blood on a piece of art. You don't just throw shit on it or draw a
Yeah.
freaking line. This is my opinion, though. Everyone is allowed to have one, okay?
So what if you put a line on a piece of paper, but you're really emotional when you do it, and you have so much built up feeling, and you, what do you think about that?
Well, it's also because it doesn't like I believe that if the audience like you will not put it on paper if you don't want other people to see it and feel it as well. So if you're the only one having feelings and drawing a line, but everyone else looks at this and said, "Oh, a line. What the heck is this?" So how's that art? Like you're not giving any feeling to anyone. There's people starting to crying in front of movies, paintings and stuff because they actually like you can feel the artist by looking at it. None of those paintings, quote unquote, with dots, Pollock stuff like Pollock paint on the canvas, lines on the canvas, they do not give you anything. Like really rarely they do. Like I don't know who is the person who get maybe I don't know some I don't
Yeah.
know someone who sees something amazing in it, but I never met anyone who truly did, except saying, "Oh my God, this is Picasso." Like if you don't say that this is Picasso, nobody will say, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Nobody does.
Yeah, it's true. It's all about the name. Also
Yeah.
nowadays it's the same thing. It's all about your brand name, and which really
Yeah, it's true. There are
defines your
so many
success.
great artists, but really great. They have zero followers, zero success, and people they're not as great and they find the success because they have a name, which is good. Good for them. Like they know how to make their coin, but it sucks because there are so many really good people deserving for that.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
so what are your what's your biggest future goal?
Get a dog. No, just
You
kidding.
still haven't gotten one yet?
Um, No, because I keep traveling. I want a dog so bad, but it's gonna happen. But this is not my biggest goal, of course. My biggest goal is to tell my story. Like, not my story as, B, but my story is the things that I have in my head, being able to putting on paper, which is not like nobody's stopping me to do it, only me. So I want to see if I can actually do it instead of keep saying, "Oh yeah, I will do it," and then being one of those people who like just talk a lot but never actually do it. I'm done
Mm.
of being one of them. It's time to grow up and do it, or I will die without telling my stories, and I don't like that. So,
Mm.
my biggest goal is to be able to tell at least one of them, one of the big ones. I mean, not the small one, because I'm sure I'm gonna do the small one, this kid one that I'm doing it's gonna happen because if it's not gonna happen, it means that nothing is gonna happen in my future. So this is gonna happen for sure.
And that's through the comic form? In the form of a comic, I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna post it on Webtoon, and yeah, it's a story about a star who's in love with the sun, and she has to discover her purpose in life. Let's say I made these stories for kids, and it's a lot of an astronomy going on in there. But it's 5 chapters. It's really short, but it will tell. It's mostly for me. Like when I like if I finish it, which is gonna happen, it's really hard to be accountable and do your thing and actually say, okay, by June 30th, I'm gonna finish this. And if I manage, which I will, it means okay, then I'm able to do more and actually reach my goals. If I'm not able to do this, how can I think about reaching bigger goals?
Yeah, that
Now
also
that
has
we are quarantined, I don't even have excuses.
yeah, it also has the potential to do really well, because if you focus on your own project and put everything you have into it, without thinking about anything else, like
Yeah,
it can actually reach people better, and people will actually see that, and then there's actually more of a
Yes.
possibility to get out into the world and to actually like get success from that.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is great. Like that's the magic of the internet too. We're extremely lucky. Like there were ages in which if you made a comic, maybe your classmates will read it, or if you're
Mm.
lucky, your city, because the editor in your own country decides, oh my god, this is kind of good, we can actually post it and make a tiny comic out of it, if you're really good and really lucky, and if you have the coin. But now everybody can do a comic, everybody can do their shit. You don't have excuses. I don't have excuses. I always built excuses with, oh, I have to work, I don't have the money, which it was true, it was not fake. I needed money. But now I'm quarantined, I'm gonna go back home, so I'm gonna live with my parents. And I don't have to pay rent. And for now, I don't have any freelance job because the companies are just like settling themselves in this new situation. So what the only thing I have to do is this. We're
It's
lucky
good.
and
Yeah.
people, maybe 20 people, but they will see it. More than 20 people because I'm gonna spam it everywhere.
It's definitely good. You'll save a lot of money and you've got a lot of time to work on your own stuff. I feel the
Yeah,
exact same
yeah,
way right now.
exactly. Exactly.
I feel, yeah. I actually feel really lucky too because I'm not working right
Yeah.
now, but I'm still getting money
No, I
from
mean,
the government. So I can work on my own stuff until the next job starts, which is honestly like really
yeah.
great opportunity for me.
Yeah, exactly. We have to use this time. Like, I know that I'm hearing around that this is a terrible time. What we're gonna do? I'm bored in the house and I was bored. But in a way, this is the best time to actually build yourself and find yourself and what you want to do. This is the best because you have all the time in the world now. So,
Yeah.
of course, for some people, no. I'm talking about artists who are actually can pay their bills and have a house to stay, a home, then yeah, you have all the time in the world. There is no excuse. Not even if you don't have a tablet, just use a pencil and paper,
Yeah, you can
and anything is good. There's
you can go
people
on
just,
TikTok,
use,
make some simple
hmm?
videos. You can
Yeah,
take your pencil, paper, that's all you need, and you could go
exactly.
viral.
Exact. So many people just drew their own things on a paper, take a random picture, and went viral. So there's no excuse. You don't need to go viral, but you need to be accountable, count yourself accountable, and what you said you will do it, you will do it without "Nah, nah." That's mostly, I'm talking about myself mostly, but I have stuff to do, I'm tired, and then do not do it because I'm gonna end up at 30 years old. Like that's what happened to me. I ended up at 25 years old and I said, oh my god, it's been 10 years that I wanted to tell this story and I still didn't do it. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna do it now. Like, this is such a stupid story. I was so young when I created it. This is time to go. Go to the world, whatever they liked it or not.
Yeah, it's good. Now that you're older, you'll also have a better view on it with your
Yeah,
mature brain.
yeah,
So it'll
exactly.
be
Oh,
even
yeah.
better.
Yes. And most importantly, once you're done, like that's another thing I learned when by traveling around, meeting new people and doing different art stuff. I did so many projects, and I'm like, and I'm watching, looking at them again. I'm looking at my old drawings as well again, and I'm like, oh, I should fix this. I should redo that, or maybe some stuff I didn't finish it. I should finish it, and it passed like 5 years from the time I did it. No, just learn to let it go, move on, do new stuff. If you work on old stuff, it means that those old things still matters to you and they're still useful to you now. But if you have to redo a drawing that you did 6 years ago or finish a drawing that you did 5 years ago, like what? No, do your shit. So I gave up on many things just because now I'm even more I'm better. So why should I work on this piece that at the time it was really good and right now it's just like, eh, not really. It's not even me anymore.
Yeah, maybe with the exception of redrawing your old art. Some people do that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
kind
of
of
course,
different.
of
That's
course.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
if you have to redraw one
unfinished.
drawing, like for fun, yeah, let's see how I improved, that's another story. But if you have to take a drawing and actually redo it from scratch because it came out ugly 6 years ago, babe, just do something new. I'm sure you have new things in your head. Like since I was 15 to now, I mean, things changed. I have way many better ideas or better point of views of stuff. Like that story had an ending at the time and now has another one, more mature
Mm.
one.
Yeah, that's good to put your heart into your childhood story and put it out to the world.
Yeah, 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 and hopefully finish it on time. No matter when I finish it, as long as it's gonna be like June, July, and that's gonna be my deadline. It's not that I do it mostly for myself, not because the story is amazing and stuff like that. I think it's a cute story, it's nice and it's enjoyable, but it's mostly for me. This is a project for me. Like I need to see if I really am committed. Like I am a huge procrastinator and this thing has to end. So with this quarantine, this freaking procrastination issue has to end.
Yeah, I think it's good to be selfish in a way and to kind of focus really on what you want to draw and what you want to do in your art, because that actually pushes you to finish more stuff and
Yeah.
to complete more projects. Well, that's what I've noticed recently with
Yeah, and the more
myself as
people you
well.
tell, yeah. Of course. I mean, I'm saying it on the during this podcast because I mean, if I don't finish that, you will know and you will be like, "Oh, how's your comic?" And it's gonna be really embarrassing if I'm gonna say, "Oh, yeah, I didn't really do that." Like you're gonna think, "What the heck?" Like, okay, yeah, it's not gonna be really good. So it's gonna be a confirmation that I'm not that much of an artist, which is true. Like, I mean, if you want to be an artist, you gotta work. It's not that you're an artist because you feel like.
Yeah. Do you do you call yourself an artist yet? Because like I don't know, it's hard for
No,
me to say.
no,
Okay, just wondering.
no. That's why I'm like, I don't put the work. I'm not an artist. So until I don't post some decent work, I don't feel like saying I'm an artist. Once maybe I'm done with
Good.
this comic and I feel like it's good. I don't know. It's all about a feeling. Then I
Yeah.
maybe if someone says that I'm an artist, I will not say no, because usually I just answer, no, I'm not. I'm just scribbling and sketching. Maybe once you've done your own project by yourself, maybe it will be like, yeah, okay, in this case you can say it. But I don't know, I always felt embarrassed of saying that I'm an artist. I think it's kind of pretentious. I'm not an artist. Like I'm just a girl sketching some tiny drawings.
Yeah. For me, I kind of usually I just say I work in an animation studio because I feel like to call myself an artist, I have to like really get hired for like a real professional job where I have to draw something or create something,
Mm,
and that hasn't happened yet. So I
yeah,
just say like, oh, an animator or whatever. But yeah,
yeah.
I think once you have a lot of art to show people, you can call yourself
Yeah,
an
me
artist
too.
without
I say that I'm
being
an
too
animator, even
pretentious.
though I'm anything but an animator. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think if you make coin from your art, like you survive by your art, then yeah, you're an artist. But for now, I'm not. I'm totally not. Then yeah, like if you sell pieces of your art, then yeah, you cannot say you're not an artist because you're actually making money out of it.
Mm. I just drew somebody's portrait for somebody on
Mm-mm.
Facebook messaged me and asked me to draw a picture of his sister for her birthday. So I think I'm a professional artist now, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, because they said so. No, it's good. I think it's most of a feeling. Like most people will say that we are artists, but it's like I don't feel like an artist. Until that day, I don't feel like an artist. I will not say, and I will not feel comfortable by saying that.
Yeah, you kind of have to earn it for yourself. But at the same time, like it's kind of good to kind of think you're an artist to push yourself to
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
get used to, living that life.
Yeah, of course. I mean, honestly, it's cool to say, "Oh yeah, I'm an artist." Like sometimes it's the easy way out when people ask what job I'm doing, just to say I do art or I'm an artist. For the simple reason that people will not understand if I say, "Oh, I do character animation. I work for a company, for a bingo company thing, or for 2D." Like normal people do not know even what character animation is. So it's easier to say I do graphic. I'm an artist. It's an easy way out. They don't get it anyway, but at least I just say, "Oh yeah, yeah, sure," and that's it.
Yeah, but what's cool is that, like in my experience, they've always been really curious if they don't know what it is, and then I explain, "Oh, I work in like a TV animation studio and we make kids cartoon shows."
Oh
They
yeah,
always get
yeah, that's a good
super.
idea.
They're
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh my
say I
god,
make
that's so
cartoons too
crazy."
sometimes. Yes, that's
Yeah,
lovely though. Yeah, I mean, I like when people is interested. It's kind of cute. They make sound
yeah,
like we do magic or something. Oh, how do you do that? Do you draw? Do you use the computer? It's so fun. I like it.
yeah. It's special, which is it's kind of different than like a normal job.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Totally, totally. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess that's it for this
I mean, it's not
podcast
common, so
episode.
people is, it's curious. Yay! Okay.
Should we end it here?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we can say bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Recording off. Catch you next time.